Our next section is solving proportions. So the objective here is to solve and apply proportions. And you have seen this before, and it's just like any other math problem that we have dealt with. First, just a warm up, what math is shown, it shows divide here. So in order to get rid of divide, you have to multiply on both sides, and I need to multiply by 5. So then I have x is equal to 20. Down below, again, it shows division. So in order to get rid of division, I have to multiply on both sides. So I have 21 is equal to k. It's this same thinking process that we're going to be using with proportions. Now we have a proportion 7/8 is equal to m over 12. Whenever you have a fraction equal fraction, fraction equal fraction, you can always do cross multiplication. Because you have division on this side, in order to get rid of division, you multiply. And you have division on this side, so in order to get rid of division, you multiply. So cross multiplying is just multiplying the top times the bottom on both sides of the equation. So at 7 times 12 is equal to 8 times m. So I have 84 is equal to 8m. And then divide both sides by 8, and you get 10.5 is equal to m. So right now you should pause the video and try to do this proportion by yourself. You should have gotten 5.6 is equal to x. So you cross multiply, you get 28 is equal to 5x, and then divide by 5, and you get 5.6. Oh my gosh, there's so much more work here. It's so harder. Not really. It still has division of the whole problem. So I'm going to rewrite out the problem. b minus 8, that whole thing divided by 5, is equal to b plus 3, that whole thing divided by 4. Right now I'm looking at this and I see fraction equal fraction. Whenever you have fraction equal fraction, you always cross multiply. But the key is how you write it. So this 4 is being multiplied by the whole thing, b minus 8. So I have to make sure to put that in parentheses. And this 5 is being multiplied by the whole thing, b plus 3. And now these are problems that we've already seen before. So the first thing I'm going to do is distribute my 4 and 5 in. So I have 4b minus 32 is equal to 5b plus 15. So I'm just going to solve this like normal. So I'm going to move all my b's over to one side. I'm going to subtract 4b, subtract 4b. Now I have negative 32 is equal to b plus 15. And then I'm going to subtract 15, subtract 15. Since they're both negative numbers, I'm going to add them, and I would get negative 42 is equal to b. So that would be my final answer. Again, this is where people typically will mess up. You have to make sure to multiply by the whole thing in parentheses. When we're using proportions, you are going to be dealing with a lot of word problems. So what I always tell my students is whenever you have a proportion word problem, I would always set up the equation first. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a fraction bar equal fraction. And when I read through this, a portable media player has 2 gigabytes of storage and can hold 500 songs. A similar but larger media player has 80 gigabytes and it's asking how many songs. So before I do anything, I'm going to label my top and bottom of my fraction bar, because units have to be the same both on top and bottom. So I'm going to put gigabytes on top, gigabytes, and then songs on bottom. So now when I'm labeling my fractions, I know that these two numbers go together, 2 and 500. 2 is my gigabyte, so that should go on top, and 500 is my song, so that should go on bottom. And then I have a larger media player with 80 gigabytes. So now I have to be careful. Should I put the 80 on top or bottom? Well, since I'm dealing with gigabytes, I need to put that on top. And it's asking how many songs, so I'm going to have an X there. So now that I set up the equation fraction equal fraction, now I can cross multiply. So I have 2x is equal to 40,000 and divide both sides by 2. X is equal to 20,000. So I could fit 20,000 songs on that. 80 gigabyte storage. Make sure you fill out the Google form and submit your answers. Have a wonderful evening.